Hey, beautiful ladies of Indianapolis, are you looking for a beauty place where you can buy all your latest human hairs and other beauty accessories? Look no more. The MD Beauty Salon, located at 3429 Kentucky Avenue, is just that right spot for all your beauty needs. At MD's, our customers' satisfaction is our foremost priority. Our staffs are friendly and accommodating. Contact us today on 317-360-2624. MD Beauty Salon, your one-stop shop for all your beauty needs. And hey, ladies, when you get there, tell Mariette that the girl is sexy. Hey, beautiful ladies of Indianapolis.
All right. Thank you again. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today promised to be a very great edition of the Logan's Hour. So to all of you following us today, I want to say thank you for joining us again. Thanks for making this show a better show. So today promised to be a very good show. I can see. I have okay, just a second. All right. So trust me, the youth department, they are on fire. They are on fire. Trust me. The people are on fire. Oh, the people are on fire. Whoa, 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 whoa. Anyway, that's it. All right. So I want to say to all of you joining us today, we want to say thank you for joining us. And we are grateful you are here again to this another edition of the Logan's Hour. Promise to be very good. Today we're going to be in conversation with the youth department, and we're going to have the chairperson, the co-chairperson, and joined by Mr. Roland Akwe as well. He's going to be here. And you know, when it comes to the youth department, it has to be good. Uh, this department working along with the administration, everybody will be doing specifically what they're supposed to do. And Brenny Alpha and Mr. Sawinda Samba, these people, they know how to do the job. Mr. Roland Akwe, he's a good organizer too. And just before we can get into the show, I want to say to all of you following us here, I see my dear brother and friend, G Consistent Morris, he's following us. Elisha Tito Harris following us. Terry Thompson, he's following us. And to all of you here following us, we want to say thank you. And to those of you who following us secretly, we want to say thank you as well for following us secretly. We do appreciate you. Your visit here is what keeping this show going. And trust me, with all you, we cannot be here. It's because of you we are here. So we want to say today in this popular manner that we appreciate you. We appreciate everyone who always follow this show. And we look forward to doing more of these because this is helpful for our community. My dear sister just joined us, Winter Snow. Wants to thank you too for joining the Logan's Hour. And today, over the time, we one of our sons or one of our brother or one of our father, depending the age range and how you see it, Mr. Gamonet Johnny lost his father. So the community is a little bereaved. We lost one of our pastors, lost his father in I think Rhode Island, Mr. Gamonet Johnny Senior. So the community is asked to call Pastor Johnny to sympathize with him. And there's this obituary came up from the Secretary General, Mr. Robert Carey. You all know, sorry, Mr. Robert Carey, the tough talking Robert Carey. So Mr. Robert Carey pulled the obituary out. So and he also sent copy to the Logan's Hour as well, and he sent copy to the open table to also echo a for members of the community to stop by and give some contributions, whether through Cash App, through Zelle, through whatever way possible. It will be highly appreciated. It's not mandatory, but you know when it comes to these things. So let's just go through the obituary. I'm going to put it on the screen for you there. You can see it. I know it looks small, but we will screen our eyes to read it. We said the Librarian Association of Indiana, 55 South State Avenue, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46201, Suite 314. Office of the Secretary General. Dear Daniel C. Johnny, Mr. Daniel C. Johnny, sunrise, January 4th, 1952, sunset, January 20th, 2023. The Librarian Association of Indiana, with heavy hearts, announced the death of Mr. Daniel C. Johnny, father of Pastor Gamonet B. Johnny of the Green Pastoral World Outreach International Lighthouse Assembly. This sad event took place on January 20th, 2023 in his home state of Rhode Island, United States. To help the bereaved family lay the late Daniel C. Johnny to rest, the Librarian Association of Indiana is asking community members for voluntary contributions. You can cash up your contribution to the chairperson of the Membership and Welfare Committee, Miss George Darby. Cash app number 317-333-436, or her Cash App name is JOYCEDABE1. In loving memory of the late Daniel C. Johnny, the bereaved family will have a memorial service on February 5th, 2023 at the Green Pasture War Outreach International Lighthouse Assembly at 3 o'clock p.m. Address is 4903 South High School Road, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46221. We are asking all community members to show up at this memorial service. In the meantime, you can call Pastor Johnny at 317-603-1496 or visit him to sympathize with him and the family. May the soul of the late Daniel C. Johnny and the soul of all the faithful who have departed this world rest in perpetual peace. Signed, Robert C. Carey, Secretary General, Librarian Association of Indiana, dated January 26, 2023. On behalf of the Logan's Hour Network, we want to say, may the soul and the soul of all faithful departed rest in perfect peace. May the Almighty God strengthen the hearts of the Gamonder family or the Jennings family. As he lost a father, I know it's a real difficult thing. I went through that. I tasted that water before. I know how sour and how sweet it is sometimes, depending on how you see it. But on behalf of the community as well, we want to say sorry. Take heart. May the good Lord strengthen you and give you peace as you go about in your bereaved time. We are grateful that you are a part of this family called the Librarian Community of Indiana. To you and your congregations, we want to say we are sorry for your loss. Okay. Today we are here with the secretary, let me say the chairperson of the youth department, Mr. Sawande Samba. And we are also here with our beautiful sister, Bernie Afa. I think some of you who saw the flyer over the weekend in the community. And today is just to discuss the plans of the youth. They don't necessarily have to discuss the entire 52 weeks plan, but they will throw some light on things that they will be doing or things that they intend to do and how they're going to do it. Maybe some major events that are coming up, because I saw my sister Bernie Alpha, she shared certain information in the Librarian Association group chat. So if you can see here, they say LAR Youth and Sports Valentine Day Arts and Craft. So you're going to be at 55 South State Avenue. So it's going to be from age 5 to 12. The date will be February 4th. So February 4th will fall on which date? I think it's going to be on the Saturday. So February 4th will fall on the Saturday. Yes. So get ready. Get your children. It's going to be from age 5 to age 12. And the time going to be 4 o'clock p.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. So all of you having babies, having children the age of 5 that love to do art and craft, getting ready. Because the youth department, I can say to you with no fear or favor, they are ready. They are ready. I know the people from the very day they got appointed, the work started, and they started doing great things. So we look forward to seeing the community up there. So those of you who have the children from age 5 to age 12, the youth department having a youth Valentine Sport Day. So it's the area Youth and Sport Valentine Day Art and Craft. So we're going to be having art and craft. 55 South State Avenue is at the office space of the Librarian Association of Indiana. You are all welcome to bring your children to have fun. And let's enjoy the community. Let's enjoy this new administration. Let's enjoy some of the beautiful work they intend to do. And I always say to some of you, I have been receiving calls from people talking about Their cars they bought from some dealership, and the cars, certain point in time, were moving cool, and later on, it's not moving cool. But if you're looking for durable cars, if you have been thinking about where to buy durable cars from, your worries are over. Don't look anywhere far. Eva and Sons Motor, they are here. So the only thing you need to do, you only need to call the number 317-377-4352. Eva and Son Motors, here to get you durable cars. Cars that you will enjoy and you pass on to somebody before you get another car. If you're looking to do your taxes, we are in January. It is the tax time. Don't rush to go back to the same person who always do your tax. Your own Liberian brother is here, Savasin Daba, the man who know the numbers. Call him. The number is 317-332-2975. He here to do your taxes. He notarized document and everything you need to do when it comes to tax preparation. The address is 3429 Kentucky Avenue, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46221. Savasin Daba is here to do all of your tax. So all of you who have tax issue, how to deal with your taxes, IRS running behind you, you don't know some of the meals you receive, what to do with it, your worries are over. Mr. Daba is here to solve all of those problems. So it's 317-332-2975. And listen, on the 18th of February, if you're looking for somewhere to go, if you want to have some old school friends, if you want to meet some old school friends, you want to listen to old school music, you want to listen to new school music, my Mary Logan will be celebrating her 70th birthday. 70. So imagine when somebody reaches 70, it's not an easy thing, huh? So Saturday is going to be February 18, 2023. It's going to start at 6 o'clock p.m. The location is 2930 Waterfront Drive, Waterfront Parkway Drive, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46214. My Mary will be celebrating her birthday, 70th birthday. So I want to say thanks to everyone who joined us here. I want to say thanks to all of you who have joined us again today. We are grateful you are here. I see the ambassador. I see Fatima Fambule. I see all of those who just joined us here. Today is not about politics. We will go into politics hopefully later on, because the news in Liberia right now, everybody running with the same story as to what happened to Stanton Waterspoon. We will give our own take about that when we done with this. I see my own beautiful wife following me here today, Summer Princess Liwe Hamu Logan. I see Sis Isabella also following us here as well. We want to say to all of you who following us here, we want to say thank you for joining us again. Um, we look forward to having a very good discussion here. We look forward to you people who following us to also put in your questions, please. Ask the youth department question. Put the question in the comment section. And we will ask them those questions. They're going to address the question. Your question should just be in line with what the youth department is doing. Not necessarily about politics, about all the things that are happening around us, all the things we're supposed to do and we haven't done. The youth department cannot solve them all. So let's talk about issues that can move the community forward, how the young people can get involved with this community, and how do we all move the community together. So now at this moment, I want to say thank you again for joining us. Thanks to everyone who joined us here today. We will be bringing in our co-chair on the youth department. Then when she come in, we will bring in the chairman himself. You know, you always keep the big people for last. So Mr. Sawanda Sama, he will be coming in last. So let's bring our co-chair in first. Beautiful Bernie Alpha. I can see her sitting right in her seat. All the people in Liberia right now, they just tapping their phone, quick, quick, quick. Somebody calling the cancer in the call because the one only Bernie Alpha coming on. All right, let me bring my sister in. Denise.
Hello, hello again. Thanks for having me on the show. My name is Bernice Alpha. I am LAI's youth co-chair, and I will be on here today along with my chairman and another committee member to explain what it is that we're trying to bring to the community and see, how far we can go.
Thank you so much, Bernie Alpha. So that's Bernie Alpha. Some of you who They're asking about Brandy Alpha. Those in Liberia want to say thank you. Ronan Kessler, you following the show. You're supposed to be in studio though. Maybe you're driving, coming back, but however it is, you have your chairman and the co-chair is here. So you will contribute whatever way possible. Your chairman already spoke to me about that. So at this moment, we want to say let's bring in the most powerful chairman in the youth department right now, Mr. Sawanda Samba. Um, he will be giving us more issues when it comes to youth related and what do we go from here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wish I have the Labrador national anthem to play for this man because we normally call him Malcolm X, and the reason why we call him Malcolm X, some of you who just hear us say Malcolm S, Malcolm S, Malcolm S, and you don't know why we call this man Malcolm S. Before I bring him in, let me just give you a little jakes why we call him Malcolm S. He's somebody who stands for principles. He's somebody who do not bow down to pressure, and he's somebody where if the rules is the rule, it doesn't matter how many people abide by that rules, but that rule will be abide by. So if everybody want to leave and he will stay because this is the law, he will stay because this is the law. So if y'all want to leave, there could be 20. It call for he alone to stand for the right thing. He going to stand for the right thing. And at that moment, he will have a lot of enemies. And a lot of people will be against him. Oh, my man, you probably too tough. You can't compromise. And that's him. That's him. He really don't care. When things do not go as planned, he asked for the next alternative. If the whole group do not have plan, he was going to tell you clearly, he said, this is BS out of your own. I'm out of here. I got too many good things to do with my time. So when y'all are saying Malcolm S, that because the man is very straightforward. Very straightforward. Everybody out there will know him. He don't bear corners. So that's the reason why when y'all are saying Malcolm S, that where the man come from. Because in our group, there are two. Emerson Duo, he's one person. He will try to compromise it because he wants for everybody to fit in. So we call him Martin Luther King. So when he preaching the word, he taking it so easy. He gonna be like, okay, let's just at least accommodate. Then on the other side, he's a revolutionary. He's straightforward. He say as it is. You like it, you don't like it. The man that gives it, man, get you and try. So that it, you see it. So. Let me bring my brother here.
Oh my God.
Well, dear brother, how are you? I didn't put you on your chairman. I need to calm down. Let me calm down. Okay, go on.
Well, well, thank you for the introduction. I appreciate it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lot. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
But,
Trust me.
yeah.
A lot of people know why we have Michael S. So I just try to get a little Jason. But so the day they see you doing it, they can say, "Oh, but the man said it." Oh.
How you guys doing? How are you, Bernice? Hey,
I'm
Philip, how are
fine.
you?
How are you?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Logan, thank you very much for hosting us. I know we call you on a short notice, but we appreciate you making time for us to be here. There's not much I can say according to my title or my what I'm here for, but I'm the chairman for the Youth and Sport for LAI. As you can see, my coach is here also, and we have other members that will be joining us possibly, hopefully soon. Roland Akwe is a member, and we also have Stacy Love Duval is a member, and we have James Kondo is a member also with this group.
Okay.
And yeah, and I believe they will be calling in to make their some of the points also later on, hopefully, according to what we have planned. But
Okay.
again,
Mm-hmm.
thank you for giving us the opportunity, and we would like to, let the people know some things we have or we plan on doing for the community and for the children and the youth.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. So you hear from the chairman, the youth department. So let's go to Brandy. Brandy, you want to introduce yourself again to your people formally so we can talk about the youth related issues.
Okay, yes, I will formally introduce myself again. My name is Bernice Alpha. I am the youth co-chair of LAI, and we will be here to roll out some things that we will be trying to present to the community.
Well, there you have it. Thank you so much, Brandy Alpha. Thank you so much to you, Mr. Sawenda Samba. So it's all about the youth department today. And those of you following, if you have questions, my dear brother Josh Morris, how are you, man? If you have questions, you can put your question in the comment section or at later on 30 minutes to the end of the show. You can also call in and ask your question if you would love to participate in this program today. And it's about you. You can be old, you have children. This conversation is about you as well. So everybody is open to participate in this conversation. This is going to be about the youth, the plans they have for 2023. We're going to open it up to Mr. Sawenda Samba first. He's going to come in to give us some of his plan for 2023. Then we'll follow by his deputy, whatever way she will love to contribute. What about buttressing the chairman or whatever way? So let's open it up to Mr. Samba. Mr. Samba, tell us, what are those plans that you have currently?
We have some things planned. We have
I think your mic
now.
is okay. Go ahead. Your mic
Can
was
you hear
muted.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. Again, like I said, thank you for hosting us. And
Mhm,
we have some things planned. Like the flyers already went out for the first event, which is the Valentine's Day. You know, as long as I've been in this community, we always do Valentine's Day, but we don't do nothing,
mhm.
nothing for the younger ones. And we plan on making a change this year with this group going forward. And we have that Valentine's Day event planned. We've had several meetings, and that's the first thing we decided to do. And then the second thing we'll be doing, we want to do a youth forum. The youth forum we want to do is we want to invite all the youth, from age 13 up to 18 to 20, so they can come and we can all meet and we can talk and kind of listen to them. That's the
Okay.
best. That's the main thing is to listen to them and hear from them what they want to tell us, what they want to see from us, from the community as a whole. Again, we've never done something like this to kind of attract the youth to be around us because, let's say, for instance, like I've asked in the past, what can we tell the young people, or how can we tell them to sign up for LAI
Mhm.
membership or to be part of it when we can't give them, we don't want to tell you, say, what am I signing up for? Why should I join?
Okay.
So we have to give them those things. So we want to hear from them. So we'll do the youth forum, which will be about a week or so after this event, the first event, and we'll listen to them. And at the
Mhm.
same time, we want to introduce the LAI membership, the LAI community to them, because some of them they only know LAI through their parents. That's how they know LAI because they hear their parents talking about it. But we want to get them involved. So that would be the biggest thing we'll do after this first event is to do the youth forum, and we'll have several of these forums going on throughout the year.
Uh, so you are muted. Okay, so Brandy, you want to
It's
come?
a youth
Okay,
forum called Cultural
okay,
and Youth Forum. Can you hear
okay.
me?
Yeah, go ahead. You were muted just now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Cultural and Youth Forum, and the cultural part aspect of it is to introduce or not introduce, but kind of keep the youth with our culture, things from Liberia. Like we want to let them know that some of these things that let's say for instance, Liberia keep changing, or things that are in the past. We want our youth to be able to be aware of these things. We know a lot because they go to school here.
Mm-hmm.
They don't teach them about Liberian history or Liberian culture or Liberian things. So we want to be able to embed that within the forum
Mm-hmm.
and let them, be aware or let it be like a thing to them. So every time they come, we tell them that, hey, did you know that Liberia has a Nobel Peace Prize winner? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to, that culture aspect of it, and we want to introduce, like my co-chair will speak more on this, where we can talk about our food, the language, the dialect we have, the different dialects and things like that. So that would be the biggest thing we would be looking forward to doing the youth forum, and then we want to be doing some sports activity too, also along the line.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do some sport, but I'll stop right there and let Bernice go ahead and add some more and do some elaborate on the upcoming event too, also.
Okay, Brandy, go ahead.
Okay, so as he stated, well, thanks again for allowing us to come on here and let the community know what we're trying to bring to the to the youth.
Mm-hmm.
Our main part of the youth will be focusing on is age 5 to 18. Um, like the first thing we'll be rolling out is the Valentine's Day arts and crafts for the kids, where they're able to come. uh, Arts and crafts have some, a little refreshments and make cards or something for the Valentines, whether the Valentines is their parents or maybe they might have a Valentines that are not their parents. They can be able to socialize with each other, and get to know each other in a community around the age group. So, if other stuff going on in their friends, they can be friends outside of the gatherings. Because some of the
Okay.
main things too is for us to connect the kids so that they are able to know each other as they're growing up. Um, so that would be what they will be doing there. Um, the cultural youth forum that will be
Mm-hmm.
going on. As he stated, it will just be the first one to gather the youth and see, get some feedback from them, things that they want to see, things that we will be doing, to see how best we can engage with them to be um, active within. Because, of course, if we're not doing stuff that they're interested in, they're not really going to um, want to, be involved. And
Okay.
yes, Flo, we will be soliciting people because at all of these things will need chaperones. So if people want to come out and volunteer, so the first one will be for the event on February 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to help, volunteer, you can reach out to me or Sai. We will be putting our numbers out. So anybody that want to reach out to us, they'll have our numbers. The other things, as he said, we'll be doing these youth forums.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're trying to incorporate them monthly. They will be different, of course, going further after the first one. It will be um, more structure into things that we are going to be doing. So it will be topics. So, like after the first big youth forum,
Mm-hmm.
just to throw a little out there, would be like a career youth forum where, we'll be soliciting people to come in and speak to the youth with different careers as well.
Okay, that's a great one. That's a great one because so currently you guys have four things on your agenda that you want to execute first before moving forward. I don't know if I'm right about that. You have the Valentine Day program that is slated for the 4th of February, and you have this youth forum that is coming up talking about cultural and youth. So my point is, when it comes to the youth forum, is it going to be just a one-time thing, or is it going to be things that will be happening simultaneously?
It will be something we want to do every month, possibly,
Hmm,
if the
okay.
space is there and the time permit.
Hmm.
Because we have to keep in mind there will be other event going on in the community also, and we have to keep that in mind. And if it's not possible for monthly, we'll try to do it every other month as much as we can. Like Bernie was saying, we have a youth forum geared towards career day. We have another one geared towards just voluntary within the community itself, within our community. You know, like for instance, doing something with outside the Liberian community, going towards like the city of Indianapolis.
Hmm.
You know how we can entice people, and you will be having you from on doing things regarding activity. Like for instance, there are people here that the kids go to school. Matter of fact, I just came from Pike High School where I live in Indianapolis, and we have a youth forum geared towards
Hmm. Okay, yeah, outside.
now.
Hmm.
Okay. I just came from Pike. We have where we had different things set up for the school. And the eighth
Hmm.
grader that are coming to the high school next year, they get to see what's available to them. So we have that one. So we'll have something like that set up also where we can bring people in
Hmm.
and they can talk to the children. For instance, like our police officers. We have what in Indianapolis they call Junior Police Academy. We can bring people like that in and talk to children about those things. The forum will be scheduled throughout the year. We'll spread it out. It will be a consistent thing, a monthly base, possibly every other month. It depends on the time and the space we have.
Okay.
So we'll work on that. And some of these forum might be indoor. I mean, we'll go in summertime. We'll come. We'll also do outdoor. And like I said, we also have sports activity we'll be playing to also along this these forum and different things we got planned.
Okay, that's a good plan. That's a good plan. But the question about this youth forum, because I know the
Mhm.
Valentine Day coming up, you having children from ages 7 to 15. That's it, 7 to
Yeah.
15.
No,
12.
7 to 12. 7 to
Oh,
12.
7 to
5 to
12.
5 to 12.
Yeah,
Okay.
5 to 12. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. 5 to 12. That's cool. All right, 5 to 12. All right. So now I know the community for some time we have I can say we have been slacking on issues. It just of late we have seen the community coming up in mass number when it comes to the uh inaugural ball.
Mhm.
And the youth department, from what I've seen so far, will be very effective in bringing the young people to this administration or to area period. What are those extra things that you guys put in place to be able to reach out to all of the young people? Because trust me, some of them are not just into area chat. Some of them do not even follow our platforms. And it has been history where when they have an event for young people, you find out some of them do not even turn up. I remember the last program I attended with Fatima Famula when she was the youth chairperson. I think I moderated that program, and
Mhm.
we had scheduled from I think 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. It was a session for youth. That should have been a forum where people will come. We have conversation. We ask question. We have different topics that we're going to discuss that day. And later on, after that session, we're going to have the adult session in the night. And surprisingly, the first session it couldn't because the young people do not come up because most of the young people they are moved by the parents. The parents have to take them to places,
Mhm.
and when it comes to these things the parents do not want to take them. The parents have their own activities. The parents are more involved with their activities and rather the children activities. So my question here is how you people going to be able to convince or reach out to the parents to be able to bring those children to some of the forums you're talking about, youth forum, giving them different experiences from different fields of people who will come and talk about their personal life experiences. How are you intending to reach to the parents to bring the young people up to follow some of these conversations?
I
Um,
mean, like at the first youth forum, that's why we're gonna have like a sign up paper or document, maybe either computer on the hard copy,
Mm-hmm.
where people would actually sign up. We want people to sign up and give us the different like what kind of media do you use for communication,
Mm-hmm.
via email, Twitter, whatever those things. I believe the association is setting up medium for us to use later
Mm-hmm.
on during the going forward. So we want to use those things. When people sign up, they will let us know how can they be contacted. Also, it's a thing of our family, like Liberian. I'm not saying for everybody, but there are people where the kids don't think they just say, "Oh, okay, you're doing something." They don't know what's happening. So it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be some of those things where we, as a community, have to think of outside the box to let our children participate or
Okay.
do things. And we have a strong support from the vice president
Okay.
going forward with this whole process. And like we've spoken before, these are things where people usually, oh, can you drop my child? If that's the kind of thing we'll have to do, we'll figure out how we can do it. I mean, Bernice, you can go and elaborate more on this too, also.
as far as engaging the kids,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like us having a youth forum to incorporate things that they actually want to see is first start. Because if, like my son right now, he's the manager on the wrestling team, it's something he wants to do, so he makes sure he reminds me, for me, on late days that I have to pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to engage the parents to be volunteering in helping out as well, because we all have to be hands on. We want our children to succeed in bringing programs to the community, and we have to urge everyone to be engaged that have children within these age range, because the more engaged they are, the more programs and things we can bring to the community. Um, as far as platforms, I will hope that everyone will share it, everything we put out on every platform. We have a great government, so I will expect everybody in the government, because it has to start with us that have children between these ages, have to be at every event. Because if your kids are not there, you're not motivating other people to come in.
Participate.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one thing we're very adamant on, that everybody with that is serving the community in one way or another that have children should definitely be out in attendance and spread the word. And then of course just through media outward keep coming out and word of mouth. Once some people come in and see how the program are, they'll go back and tell their parents or their friends, or parents tell other parents, and that's how we hope to get people engaged.
All right, so that's good. Thank you. But when it comes to the parents, that's where I have my major concern because most of the parents and their children, parents normally take the children to most of the functions that can be called by the organization or maybe the department in the organization. And like for a Pacific parent who here saying, she said this. She said, as for me, I keep my children away because the environment is too negative. So, how are you people intending to reach out to parents like these to talk about the youth forum, to talk about youth development? And how can you convince her to bring her children out to let her understand that the community is not negative? Maybe there's a wrong perception. And how do you give her some of the positive perception about the community? What do you say to her?
I'll answer that.
Hmm.
I would say to her first, we are trying to do something new, so we would like for you to welcome that. We understand what have been, you probably have dealt with in the past.
Hmm.
We plan to have structure around this. We plan to have rules with the children, in things, housekeeping rules and how they should treat each other, how others should treat them. Communication skills is also another thing. We're dealing with children and parents, and just inviting the parents to always be welcome to come to any event that they want to come to. They can come out and participate and sit back and see what it is that we are doing, and if they have inputs in things that they see that they want, that could move us into a great position, we also take those inputs as well. So this is very open. It's nothing that's going to be closed off where parents are not allowed to be around to see what's going on. So it's very open, and we welcome you to always come around and see, what's going on while your children, and also ask feedback from your kids too when they come back. Oh, how's the environment? What's going on? So you don't feel like, and we just putting on a facade when you're there, but then when you're not there, it's other stuff going on.
So I have a parents who follow in also asking this question. So some of the youth forum, like the chairman stated, you people planning on having it at least once a month or maybe quarterly if possible. Is it going to be something where people can drop their children off and come back and pick their children from there? Is that something that you people considering? And if
Yes,
so,
it is. Yes,
and,
it
Yes.
is. Just like every other
mhm,
activity that your child go to in school
mhm,
currently or in the church. That's what we're looking at doing. Where if you can bring the child or the young adult, drop them off. That's what we'll work with the community to have chaperones,
mhm,
so we can have enough adult around, so that we won't have we'll have problem. When you drop your child at the time, we'll tell you, like for instance, the Valentine Day program we're doing. The time says from 6 to 4.
mhm,
Be from 4 to 6. So by six, I mean, if he's bringing a 5 year old, I would expect that by 5:30 or 5:45, you should be waiting for you to pick your child. So yeah, you can drop them off and pick them up at the same time. And if somebody's bringing them over, make sure you're in good hands and you're bringing them over. But just to go back real quick before my co-chair speaks on this,
mhm,
when it comes to negativity, I think one of the problem, I'm not saying it's an issue, it's a problem. Some of the issue is we've
mhm,
done things in the past where it's always adult event, and then people bring their children, and then the children sometimes go in the corner and they just sit there. Or if it's one or two children, they don't know each other, they're not used to each other, then
mhm.
they sit there and see the adult talk, argue, or whatever. So that's what we're trying to bring about change. Where we have the young adult programs, possibly before the adult program, or vice versa. That's how we want to do it, where it's only geared towards them, and not where every time we have an event, it's the adult, and then they bring their children to it, and then it's those things. So that's some of the things we're trying to work on to make away the negativity. And I also said to my sister Tutu, come join us. We want people to work with us, come join us, and help make this a positive thing.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sawanda Samba. Want to say to our Mom Clara, thank you for joining us. Um, so
Uh,
huh?
oh, I was just gonna throw a light on.
Yeah, draw a line on that.
Um, what was the last question again about?
We're talking about the youth forum, and if you people are going to allow parents to drop their children, or and if yes, what's the guarantee that they're going to be protected for the length of time the parents going to be away?
So this is all within trusting that we were put in this position because um, we will be trustworthy with people, kids. We will understand. We'll let you understand that you can trust us because we are all parents as well,
Mm-hmm.
and we want our kids to be safe. In an environment. Um, as far as the kids getting there, I will make this statement, and I will be very frank with this statement. When it came to vote,
Mm-hmm.
kids made it.
It's
So when
true.
it comes to your children, make sure they make it. If you have to carpool, we can have people who are on certain side of town. They can go. You can we can link up rides. That's why it's very important at uh, the
For
first forum,
Mm-hmm.
when we put out the sign up sheet, we need to make sure everybody sign up, their phone numbers, things like that. Because let's say if something go on, we don't see somebody, at least we can call and check in on them, because it's not always about, oh, something could be going on to where they don't make it as well. So we just want to make sure that when it comes to the youth, if
Mm-hmm.
we say that we want to move our youth forward because they are the future, we have to pour into them. So it's very important that our community, parents, aunties, uncles, grandpas, if you off on a day one of these programs is going on for the children in the age range, please bring them up to participate, because this will encourage other people to come out, and it will encourage us to bring more programs to the youth.
Thank you. So, since we stay on the youth forum, because this is a real big one when it comes to the youth forum, because that's where the youth, because I remember Fatima had a program called helping young people to choose their mentor. And that was a little challenge. And she also had another one called um, a code drive to help disabled people and people who couldn't afford. That was a little challenge as well. And the reason why I keep asking the question about the parents, because the parents should be the supportive arm of this young youth department agenda. Because if the parents remain stagnated, if you don't, because no disrespect to the parents, but I know most of the parents, they go to work, come from work, and when the children complain beyond it about going to activity, they be like, "Oh, I just from work. If I resting to go to my second job," and it become a problem. So my question is, are you guys intending to even reach out to the churches and have your brochures and talk to, because where you find most of the young people is in the churches, because the parents go to church and the parents take them along, and you people asking the pastors for at least 10 minutes or 5 minutes to just explain the youth agenda and when programs coming out and how to get involved with somebody programs, because it's a hectic work. It's not walking to the park. So are you people intending to carry on something similar like that as well?
yes, we plan on it because this community is heavily religious based.
Hmm.
And I attended, I think, one or two churches in the last year.
Hmm.
I see they had a program for the youth. The churches always have a youth program, so it's something where we have to do collaboration
Hmm.
with the churches. If that, I mean, we have a list of things that we have planned right now,
Okay.
but some of those things might correlate with the churches. Let's say if we hear that this church is doing a youth program and it kind of something what we're doing, or if they want to involved up, or we want to be involved, we have to reach out. We definitely have to reach out and work with the community. Even let's say the men's group is
Hmm.
doing a program with the youth, which I know they do every year. They do the backpack giveaway. If that's something we have to work along with them, and we will, we have to, because this is not just LAI sit here and say this is what we're gonna do. This is the community. We have to do everything possible, every how ways to work with any group or churches, anyhow, to do things within the community. And when they come to trusting your children with us, I currently work as a youth coach and I work with high school. So if you know what that means, I have to submit every year or every 3 year to the state of Indiana to the welfare system
Hmm.
a background information of me every year. They had to certify me every year. I have to get certified to work with youth, and I'm not just talking about just two full children. I work with almost 1,000 children a year doing coaching in high school, and my coach here will tell you the same thing. She have children too, so those are things you can trust with, and we're gonna work hard to have adequate chaperone. You know, when it's like when you go to the daycare, some daycares have one caretaker with 20 children.
It's true.
We want to make it where, if possible, we want to have every 5 child has a one chaperone. You know, make the numbers where they can see everything.
Okay. Make the number where they can see everything. All right. So that's the youth forum. And I know a lot of people will still have questions on the youth forum. But if you have your question, you can ask a question in the comment section, or you can also ask a question before they can leave. So let's talk about the next one you people have on your agenda here. Talk about LAI membership to the young people to make it attractive for the young people to get involved. How you intend to do that?
Go ahead, Bernice.
Um, so it starts with showcasing what LAI stands for.
Okay.
So by hosting these programs, we are hoping to engage the children to see this is an organization not just geared towards the older people, but
Mm-hmm.
also we care about the youngins and their upbringing. We care about them understanding and connecting with the culture back at home.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the main things too. We are, driven towards this, because we feel like if we showcase these things to them when they are of age to be involved and start paying dues, they will want to be involved because they too are going to be having kids, and they will want to understand that in order to bring the organization up and bring more things in, we will need all our members to be inclusive. And with showcasing with the children, because they are tomorrow, this starts right now in showing them why they should be part of the organization and carry on the legacy.
I mean, also too, we have like some of the things we have planned that I believe that can make people to come along or go along with us.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
If we have to, just how your children make field trips at the school, we want to have that same concept with LAI also. You know, where you can bring your child, LAI will say, okay, we're taking the children to the zoo this week or this month, and we do it. Hopefully, that can entice people to say, oh, okay, they're doing something where they can keep coming and keep coming. And we want, I mean, this is not the only thing. Our sporting guy, Roland is not here, but I can also speak on the sporting part of it.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
We'll have sporting activity going on too also. You know, where we want to have it back in the day. We just go to the park one time a year or 2 times a year. We want to have it where I think I spoke to you, Mr. Logan, about having activity if it's possible, every week
Mm-hmm.
at the park. And right now, Rolling Aquay has something where we're trying to acquire a facility, a field where we can invite children and parents bring their children. We
Mm-hmm.
do sporting activity. Let's, for instance, we can do volleyball, we can do tennis, we say today's tennis day. And there, through LAI youth program, we go to the tennis court. And who can play, who cannot play, it don't matter. We have the equipment, you play. We just do our best. We're not experts. If it comes to even soccer, my expertise, I can say we're doing soccer day. Who wants to help, who wants to play soccer? Come to the field, we do a little bit of training, and then you play around a little bit, and we go. And that will be through LAI. And just those different things that we have planned that will be coming up. And those are the things we're looking forward to having people involved in and bringing their children.
That's a brilliant one. That's a brilliant idea. And I'm hoping, I see guys explaining it here. I'm hoping that the community join as well and see how well they can see this new youth department and the new administration succeed. So we are calling on the community as well to get involved with this activity. So you talk about the sport activities, yes, and one of those that you mentioned here talking about sport activities. So this sport activity, with the help of Rolling Aquay and you, Sasamba, you involved with sport.
Oh, me too.
Brandy Alpha, she also involved with sport. But
I will explain that in a minute. My side
Well,
of it.
yeah, yeah, she will.
so the sporting activities, I know normally it takes place in the summer,
Hmm.
and how you intend to carry on these sporting activities during the winter period as well.
Well, being that we don't have, it's we can do in the winter. We want to work it in, like for instance, when it's right now, it's kind of
Mhm,
late to do a lot of things when they come to winter activity because the winter is going like it is now, and I know that because you got to sign up for things early.
mhm,
And so we will plan in the summertime. We want to have a plan where we will have those that want to be involved with sports.
mhm,
Hopefully, they can sign up. And the thing is, sport is not just soccer. Let me say this: it's not just soccer because that's what I do. Matter of fact, James Cordner is our other sport person. He will be on the female side, working with the female sports. So
mhm.
we're not just doing boys or men. We'll be doing both female and men activities. So we'll have where right now we're trying to acquire. We have in our budget to acquire sporting equipment. For instance, we want to acquire the volleyball set, a
Okay.
badminton set,
Mhm,
things like that. So let's say, for instance, if we have, if the conference hall we currently have to us, if that conference hall was adequate, a big enough space like a gym, we could set today's LA there at the gym and we set up those volleyball things, those nets and things like that, so we can participate. And also, to what we plan on doing in some of this forum later on is, when I came here, at first my parents were working, they were busy. I used to go play on my own, but then really later on, when they got less busy, they started dropping me off, picking me up, dropping me off too, because I got involved with activity. So we want to be able to encourage, like me specifically, we set up something where we encourage people to sign their children up, be it through the YMCA, things like that. So people, even though it might not be under the LAI umbrella, but you can do it
mhm.
on your own. We want to encourage you to do those things on your own. you know, we'll have the site. We'll make it where we can maybe hopefully have a YMCA personnel come and make it where everybody on the south side, on the east side, sign up through the YMCA so they can go do activity in the winter time. And also, Roland, I wish he was here so he can speak on this. We want to be able to sign our children up for activities.
Mhm.
Be it individually as a parent or as a child, we want to encourage you to do that, to keep doing things. People sit, we hear, like you said earlier,
Mhm.
we go with our children do things, but sometimes we don't know they're doing things. All we know the labels bring them home. Or,
Yeah.
oh, that football thing or that thing you're doing, okay, that ain't there. And then at the end of the day, when that child become the number one player or the number one participant in there, be a reading in the school or being the spelling bee, be it hockey, be it football, be it whatever, then we start saying, oh, and my son there, that my picking there or that my child there. So what are we doing to support? So we want to be that figure to help you. We're not telling you how to raise or be there, but we can help you sign them up and do those kind of things like that.
Mhm. Mhm. Thank you so much, sir. Wonder Samba. So go ahead, Brandy. You say you involved with sports. Tell us.
Yeah, she does a lot with sport.
So, yeah, I'll be playing football, kickball, everything. But I'm
Mm.
just joking. I will be active, but um, I want to do something with the girls. I would like, but I
Mhm.
don't know how to do any cultural dance. So this is
Okay.
where I would be trying to solicit someone that is in our Liberian community
But you have
to.
Phil Nelson. She already involved with that as well, so you can just list with her.
Well, we spoke with her, so
Okay.
Yeah, we're working with her right now. We're
yeah,
working with her right
so but I we because the person, it's not in the community, so it might be a little rough to get in touch with them.
Mhm.
So we want to see if there's somebody that's actually in our community that know how to do cultural dance, that we can solicit some of the young girls that would like to dance, that will be able to come out and learn some of our cultural dances where they can do performances at um, some of our events.
Mhm.
They can perform. Um, we were looking on doing fundraising as well, so that they can go ahead and probably perform where they can raise funds to be able to do other things within that spectrum. Because um, a lot of the things that we will be doing, we will be also reaching out to the community to solicit donations, for these things to, manifest itself and make it happen. Because everything, of course, cannot be on one side as well. So
Mm-hmm.
we will be, soliciting donations. And if anybody that, or a few people that can dance, that can be able to reach out to me, that can help, because I think that would be something really good for the girls, in the community, to get involved with.
Thank you so much. Go ahead, Mrs. Sa.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're looking at doing, people. We want people to come and get involved. We want people to participate. We want people to be able to do things. This youth thing we're doing, it's not just the five of us. Let's get that out there right now. It's not just the five of us.
Mm-hmm.
We want people to get involved. Even with the youth forum, we're gonna recruit people, the youth from there, to work with along with us too. Because my days of participating as a youth, I can say I know a lot, but coming from them themselves will help us do what we're doing better. Because I cannot sit here at this level now and tell 18-year-old, 17-year-old this is what you're supposed to do. Yes, but at the same time, it would be good if they give us something, feedback or something, and work with us. Like I said to earlier, come and work with us. It's not just the five of us. This community is huge and excuse me, we're not just looking at Indianapolis. Keep that in mind. Also, Indiana is big, so we want to incorporate the people from the north, people from the south, to work with us too. Also, so if you think you can have an input, call us.
Mm-hmm.
We'll leave our information. It's everywhere. Call us and say I want to be part of you. It's not just the five you saw listed in that thing. That's a formality, but we want people to please join us and work with us. And we're going along with the donation and the fundraising. Yes, there's money in the account, but at the same time, we have to do things more than just what the money is in the account. For instance, like Bernice said, if we're talking about buying a volleyball set, maybe the men's or the LDA Men's Association or Sister Love or RYMA can say, hey, we'll send you guys, we want to we want to sponsor two volleyball set, we want to sponsor two badminton set, or we want to sponsor the cornhole set. Because we want to have this equipment, so when we say tomorrow we're doing something, we bring LAI equipment and let it sit and let's use it. Because I know that when I've done things with the park in the park, we had to rent stuff all the time or buy it and then somebody take the equipment home. Like for me, I have a bunch of soccer balls, I have cones, I have bibs, I have all those things, but that's my personal stuff or that's for my
Mm-hmm.
team. I would like for LAI to be able to own its own property. So when they say tomorrow we're doing something football related or something kickball related, we bring the kickball and the base, and we'll put them up. When we finish, whoever in charge of the LAI equipment, pick it up and we take it back. Next administration on the next group, we turn it over to them.
That's a good one. I wanted to talk about the giant in the room, but you already touched on that on fundraising because all of
Oh,
these things you
yes.
guys are displaying here, they are all brilliant idea when it comes to Valentine Day program, youth forum, LDI membership drive for young people, how to get involved with the association, sports activities. Because when it comes to sports activity and the youth forum, not one day, not 2 days. That things that will keep happening over and over and over and
Yes.
over. So to maintain it, to have it going on simultaneously, you will need funds. You will
Yes.
need money. So I'm glad you talk about fundraising, but what other
Yes.
means you're going to generate funds? Because I can rest assure you, anything that is budgeted, you have to go through the General Assembly to have that budget passed. Then the whole youth department tend to be political now. And which, of
Mm-hmm.
course, when you involve politics with the youth department, they mean you will scare some people away. Because not
Yeah.
everybody will want to listen to politics. It just have to be a little neutral that everybody can feel, oh, this is my home. This is where I belong. Vote of whatever way. So how you people going to generate funds? It's important.
So,
Mm-hmm.
um, we have a lot of fundraising planned
Mm-hmm.
to generate funds, and this is something too that we need, as we said, the community to come out. Um, One of the first fundraiser we do have, I guess because it's coming up, I can mention it. It will
Mm-hmm.
be the spring dance for the children ages 13 to 18. Um, that will be a dance. They can come out. Will be food. They will have fun. Chaperones will be there. But this will be where the kids will pay uh, an entry fee to get in, so we can raise funds. We plan on doing, car washes in the summer to raise funds. We will be sending out letters to each organization within the community to solicit donations or sponsor certain programs that we'll be having, so that way, we'll be able to get these funds in. And as well as soliciting funds from the community as well, that they will be able to help us. So we will be able to, you know, uh, complete these projects that we do have.
All
Yeah,
right. Thank you
I
for that.
mean,
The comment.
I'm sorry, along the
Mm-hmm.
line with the fundraising, some
Mm-hmm.
of these things we have planned, like she stated, like the dance we charge. Not everything will be free. Be it if it had to be $1, you pay that. We want people to pay that dollar. If it
Mm-hmm.
had to be $10, we want people to pay that $10. And you know, like for instance, we're talking about taking children to the children museum under the LAI umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
It's not free to go to the children museum. I mean, they have free days, but it might not be the day we're gonna go.
Okay.
So we got to find out how we're going to pay for maybe 5 or 10 children that are willing to go to the children museum under the LAR umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we'll be soliciting funds from people or organizations or businesses to have that money in their coffer and even to go to the zoo. Being like for instance, if LAI is buying the ticket under the LAI umbrella, we'll buy the ticket. Somebody, I mean, you got to pay towards that ticket to go. It might not be the full price, but we want to work something that way. It will be something towards it to let us know that your commitment level is good. Because if we say, what we do is sometimes in the community we say we're doing this, and
Mm-hmm.
you go pay when you pay money for everything, and then people just say, oh yeah, we'll do it, and then you show up, only 2 or 3 people show up like you stated earlier when Fatih did several equipped event last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, to see commitment level, some of these things will have to charge, for people to let us know that they are committed to it. And we'll keep soliciting funds from organizations, businesses, and individuals as much as possible, so we can be able to do some of these things going along the line.
All right. So that's a great one to do spring dance. People pay a minimum at the door to have car washes, to also raise funds, writing donors, permanent people in the community who you think can contribute, and also have reoccurrence donors too who will love to just give $1 on a monthly basis or weekly basis or whatever way they
Yeah.
want to donate. That would be helpful. But another big question to that is, I think if my memory can serve me right, our constitution do not call for the youth department to have separate accounts. So how you people going to do all of these fundraiser to keep it in a separate account for just the youth function? When this money is deposited in the consolidated account that area has, it means it's going to pass through the process of going through General Assembly, approving your project, who going to be present at the meeting to approve your budget before you can carry on your project. How are you going to be doing that? Because when it gets to the point where people have to vote on the budget, then it got things become political. How are you going to do that? How you intend to really do that when it comes to raising your fund? You're going to raise the fund and put it in the consolidated account. And how you going to withdraw it to carry on your separate project? Because the president cannot just sign for check and give it to you. It's going to be highly
Well,
political as well.
this is where we will be working with the financial secretary,
Mm-hmm.
go in the top executive to
Mm-hmm.
see what we can do or how we can go about this. You know, we don't want, let's say, for instance, people are sending, we say we want funds right now, people are sending cash out to Bernice,
Mm-hmm.
and just, cash out or to my cash app and things like that, then it become a problem. So we want to work along with the financial secretary. We spoke to her briefly, but we haven't spoken in length
Mm-hmm.
about some of these things. So going forward, that will be the next step we'll be looking at doing, so they can help us. That's how best they can help us set it up. Like you said, the Constitution doesn't have that, but who knows? They might make an amendment to say this is what it is, or we don't know. So we'll be working with them and see how best they can set it up for us. So that part is still a work in progress.
Yeah, it is a work in progress because some people are going to be saying, "Oh, the youth department is not separate from the organization, so they cannot have
I know.
separate."
I mean, Bernice, you can. I'm pretty sure you can elaborate on this too. If
Yeah, because
you
the reason why I stressed that, I brought that up before. We had a heated debate on that, and somebody was saying they are not autonomous, they cannot have their own accounts, and moreover, it will bring conflicts because other people who within the administration and with other departments, they want to have their separate accounts to monitor their own affairs. But looking at the youth department and looking at the kind of a program the youth department will be having going forward in 2023, I think people need an account to carry on functions because not everything you have to go to the general assembly to approve your budget before your program can go on. Trust me, when that process is set in motion, they're going to create room for politics, and when politics get in that sector, it means yeah, most of your program going to be stalled.
Yeah, this is why, coming from like what you're saying, this is why I always say when they come to like the LFA in Liberia, I've always said there should be a separate entity of its own, not part of the government. You know, so these are some of the things where it's a lot behind it. It's a lot to do with it. So we'll keep talking to the president, the top executive, and the financial secretary to see how we can do it. We're not gonna we haven't made decision yet, but it's a work in progress. We'll keep working on that to see how best it can happen.
Okay, we will see how best it can happen. So we
Sorry,
have
I'm back.
yeah, we have our sister Brandy Alpha here. So I know Brandy going somewhere right now. So is that if there's anything somebody else want to call about and ask that we never ask here, you can also call the number that you gonna see on here right now. The number is 401 You can call the number and ask your question, or you can also text your question in the comment section. We will ask your question as well. Jima, which one
So
is this
I
again?
just want to add to that.
Which energy you you
Can you
you?
can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. I
Yes,
love you,
yes.
my sister Jima. Go ahead.
Oh no, I just wanted to know if you guys heard me because I couldn't know. I didn't know if I was back on.
Yeah, you good. Go ahead.
So to the point of the us having a separate account,
Mm-hmm.
that's something that we'll need to work with the VP. I'm not sure right now, maybe a separate account because of course that's something that will have to be put into the constitution that we will be working on per what they said. So I would think that donations and things that will come into us, that would
Mm-hmm.
be something that we should put to the side because those are things that we are soliciting ourselves that will be able to help the youth programs. And I think that's something that we shouldn't have to get approval from a budget if we are, raising those funds in helping as long as we keep our reports on the incoming funds and what they are being used for, so they are being allocated for.
Yeah. So, but the reason for my question is like you just mentioned that we should, or you people should be allowed to keep donations that come to the youth department to be used for functions that you people have set up. Uh, the question here is that somebody could donate $10,000. I know there are permanent business people in here. They only want you to come up with your plans. So when you give your proposal to them and tell them what the youth department is doing, they might be involved. Some people might get 600, 700, 400. So if those money starts to come in specifically for youth development, and they see that the money is being mixed with our own money, how do you encourage all these people to donate again while their money is not being used for the intended purpose?
I mean, again, like I stated, this is something
But
that's a
this is
work in
when
progress.
we're going. Go ahead, sorry.
It's a work in progress thing. This is our first time. This is the first time thing in the LAI community where I mean, I'm not saying the youth is being solicited for, but the financial secretary, the president, the vice president, I'm pretty sure they're listening, and we've
Mhm.
talked. We know we've some of these ideas will be coming up, and we'll
Mhm.
be talking about it. So as far as right now, we don't have a concrete plan. And like you said, if somebody donate money, they don't want it to go towards that. We have it set. We wanted to set up where we would like to have it where when we need money, like right now, they asked us to submit a budget. We
Mhm.
submitted a budget. Now we're waiting for the meeting to go for this for it to be approved for the youth department. You know, so it's a work in progress. It's something we have to the administration ourselves will have to work on, and maybe
Mhm.
the community itself. Something they might have to bring to the table to for it to be voted on. We don't know. So it's a work in progress thing we'll be doing and see how far we go from there. So I mean, that's a good question. It's a good point that we have to look into.
All right. Anyway, my lawyer Finney addressing that part. She said each committee will keep separate spreadsheet for fundraise from different
From
organizations or whatever.
different aspect, yeah. Like Bernice said earlier.
Yeah,
Yes, but
yeah, that's what I was saying for now. And then
mhm,
we will have to do if once we start, reaching out and we are able to showcase, because I think the first year would be more showcasing, and
mhm,
then
Hmm.
outside of the community, when we start to solicit funds, then we will have some things to show them, things that we are that we have completed, with what we did have, and then at by that time we should be able to have something more concrete established, so that
mhm.
where when we are raising these funds, they are allocated only for the youth department, because that's what we're trying to focus on.
Okay. Anyway, Mr. Logan said the fund donated has to go to a consolidated account. Accountability matters. Yeah, if that's the case,
Oh
well,
yes, it
yeah.
does.
The only reason I try to emphasize on that is the time you already need to have your function. That's the time we will have to wait for the General Assembly to vote to pass that budget for your function, in which I believe it's going to be a little slow process too. So
Well, I mean,
it's
like I said, we already submitted a budget to
mhm,
them, and it's going to be submitted. It's going to be at the meeting. It's going to be voted for.
mhm,
And I believe the process when that budget is voted for, then they won't get with that one. They're not going to give us. Oh, here's your $2,000. Once that budget is passed for the 6 months that we put in place,
mhm.
it will be there for us because the General Assembly will already vote on it.
Okay,
So when
that's
we
good.
need to do something, we'll work along with the financial secretary so we can get some of these things accomplished.
All right, so that's fair. So those of you following us, we want to say thank you for joining us again. If you have any question, if you want to call, you can call and ask a question 401-359-5072, or you can put your question in the comment section. Remember, the youth department, they just come up here to give you plans that they have coming up, and they will not be here for long. So if you just joining us, don't forget you are on the Logan's Hour, and we're going to be right back. Okay,
And I
welcome
want
back. Welcome back. So, Mr. Samba, let's
Yes.
let's get to you. Maybe if you
that
love
was
to,
a quick.
because I think people following, they are satisfied with everything you guys are saying here. I see there's no question, so it means they are in line with what you guys are saying. I see our mom say I agree with Jima and Arvin. That's a good one. And I see Mr. Logan here saying the funds should be donated. Funds donated has to go into a consolidated account. That's good. Jimo Famole say you have to keep a separate spreadsheet for fundraise. That's also good. So with all of the people following us here, I want to say thank you for following as well. The youth department just come to give you a little gist of what they will be doing coming up. And let's look forward to support the youth department, because remember, they are the future leaders. So Brenny, can we get your parting? Then we go to the chairman to get
Yes.
his parting. Is there
Yes.
anything you want to
I do
add? You
want to
can
say
add it
thank
to
you.
during your parting.
Okay. I just want to say thanks for us on your show to go ahead and elaborate on the things we are bringing to the community.
Mhm.
This is a good outlet for people who are not in the chat room and who follow the show to be able to, watch and see what's going on and things that we're bringing. As far as the Valentine's Day program we're having, um, we are looking for people, anybody that will like to help. They can call me or Sai. Anybody that would like to donate some candy or money so we can get the things that we need to get, that'll be lovely as well. They can please reach out to us to do so. Um, as far as the dance that is coming up, please get your children ready for the forum and the dance so that we can, bridge the gap between the kids, the youth, and the adults, and let them know that we're also here for them as well. Um, what else? We will also be going on open table to discuss like well issues. So if
Mhm.
you guys don't have any questions now, if you think about it, you have them on the time we will be there. Please, we encourage you to watch the show as well and ask those questions at the time.
I think someone asking here if you guys do you guys have 501c3? Yes, the Librarian Association have 501c3, and they are working. They are just one committee on the Librarian Association of Indiana. Yes. All right, Mr. Samba, Brandy, if you're done, if you want to leave, you can leave. Mr. Samba, go ahead.
Well, thank you, Mr. Logan, for hosting us. We
Okay, no
appreciate it.
problem.
I
Mhm.
know we call you and you say, yeah, you're gonna do this. We appreciate it very much for you hosting us to help us get to the community. This is this is another format we're trying to work with, or we're gonna work with to get us going within the community. All I want to say is to people, like, try to get involved with the program. Please get involved. Don't say, "Oh, that librarian thing, all that thing they're doing." Just how you will get involved with the church program, with the school program. Let's bring that same energy towards this also. Bring that same energy. If we say we're doing something, the dance, don't no. Come and bring the children. Let them come be part of it. Let them see. It's a first time thing. First of all, that's the thing we do. This is a first time thing. It has never been done. Some of these things we're talking about doing, have never been. We've been talking about taking children to volunteer within the community. Like the president was saying, he works for Habitat for Humanity. Those are the kind of avenue we want to be taking the children to get them involved. Because if I know some time ago when you put some of those things on your college resume or even on your resume, it makes a difference when you volunteer within the community, not just LAI, but outside LAI. We want to go do things, and we want people to help at the same time. If we asking for help means come and participate. Like I said to Tutu, the negativity can be taken away if you come and bring positive energy and bring the positive vibe, you
It's true.
know,
Mhm.
and just people come and join us, make a difference within the community with the youth. If we say we're doing this trip, we need several adults to be with it. Sign up, come see us, call us if you have questions. If you have an idea on some of the things we can implement within the community,
Mhm.
call us and give us the idea. Give us the format. How you want it to be run. If you can work with us, work with us. Or work along with us so we can get it done. I would like to have this community buzzing when it comes to youth, and I would like to see the community doing things. Like I said, we want to be able to own our own equipment, LAI equipment.
Mhm.
Like for instance, in the past, we'll go to football game. You know what LAI do? They come and ask me for whistle so somebody can ref a game. You know, those are the days we want to put behind us. So LAI can have its own whistle, its own bib, its own equipment. So that's what we'll be soliciting funds. Yeah, there's budget allocated, but we
Mhm.
want to be able to people to donate towards those things so we can buy those things for LAI. And when they say something happening, we'll bring it, and they come, we use it. And again, thank you very much, and we look forward to working with the community and doing things. We have a lot planned. We have a lot planned right now in our spreadsheet. We have a lot coming up, but we also want to reserve so we can make sure the dates are correlated properly.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, Mr. Logan. And one more thing when it comes to football, we will be signing the football team up in a league this year. That's the
Mm-hmm.
plan. We want to plan on signing the football team up in the league. All we're asking from the community is we don't. It's not if you can donate towards it, great. But all we want to do is we want to say today that the boys are playing. We would like to see the community there, be it 5 people or 6 people standing on the sideline watching those boys play. We would like to see that. That's all we're asking. Come and help support the boys. Because in the past, when I ran the football program, we'll go play to Lawrence or in a league. And you know, we see the Hispanic and the other forwards help supporting their teams. There's
Mm-hmm.
no parent supporting us. When we finish, we lose, we don't lose, we pack our team and we walk off. So it would be nice this going forward. We are rolling Akwe. I'm working along with him to sign the team up in the league. So we play maybe either every Saturday or every Sunday. All we want is from the community is to come and support. And also too, we'll be doing some recruitment because I work with a youth program currently in Morrisville. I think I've put it out there trial dates. If you want a child to play sport, keep in mind girls also play. Right now, I'm a girls coach.
Mm-hmm.
Coach girls team at high school and in club. So girls do play soccer also. So if you think your girl is interested or you want to play, it don't matter what level they are. We have different way of signing up. So we look forward to bringing more to the community, to the people. And thank you to the vice president of LAI for his support and the president for their support. And the community will look forward to your support also. Thank you very much, Mr. Logan.
Thank you so much, my dear brother. And I want to say I wish the youth department well. And we are here. Wherever way possible, we can help to move this department. We will do our best to contribute, promote it, and let's help our community. Thank you so much,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Samba. So that was the voice of Mr. Sawanda Samba, the chairman of the youth department. And want to say to all of you joining us today, want to say thank you. And people from the youth department were here to talk about issues relating to the young people and plans that they have coming up in this 2023. And they have currently they have something planned for the 14th of February. That's the Valentine Day program coming up for youth art and craft. So it's going to be from age 5 to age 17. And coming up again, they want to do that maybe monthly or quarterly. It's going to be the youth forum. They're going to be cultural youth forum to talk about your heritage, talk about issues that children up here don't know about Liberia and other places. So they're going to have people, other speakers speaking to young people about issues, teaching them how to have their role models and other things. So the youth forum coming up, you got to watch out for that. And they also say they're going to have a whole membership drive where they can encourage young people to come and become part of the Labrador Association of Indiana, and not just to sit on the side and watch it runs the way it runs. Because remember, the younger people, they are needed to move this agenda of this community as well. Because if the old people fade away, you expect the younger people to take on the mantle of authority. And they also have sports activities. They have series of sports activities coming up: volleyball, football, kickball, track and field, gym at the park, and everything coming up. So the sports activity will be so awesome, and we look forward to seeing everybody during the summer period when the young people having the sport activities. And the chairperson and the co-chairperson talks about fundraiser, which was the major nightmare here. How do they raise funds, and how the fund going to be kept? Because, like Mr. Logan said, the accountability issue of a fundraise is very cardinal. It's very important to donors, because every donors who donate to any of your programs, the big thing that comes to their mind is this money going to be used for the intended purpose? And if yes, how do I know that? So on a periodic basis, they will need financial report to show that, yeah, funds donated to the institution for these specific reasons have been used for that reason. So we want to say thanks to brother Samba, and it also says Bernie Alpha said they are embarking on series of ways to generate funds. And few of those ways, number one, she talk about the spring dance. So they're having a spring dance coming up, and the spring dance, though it will be fun, but they wanted to also be in a way that we can contribute just a little amount as a means of donation. So they will attach whatever amount we're going to be paying at the door to enter and watch our children doing the spring dance. And they also say they will have maybe a day to do car watch. Those of you who have your car and you love to donate, it don't necessarily have to be they got to wash your car to your satisfaction, but just for you to donate something to the youth department as well. They'll have car watch, and they'll be writing permanent business people in the community. They'll be writing Miss Dr. Samba. They'll be writing Mr. Ivan Logan, Deborah, and Eva and Son, Sebastian Darba, and all the business people in town. If I call your name, just know they will be writing you to donate something to the organization. So let's help the young people department, the youth department specifically. They have a new leadership, and that will help to move the youth department. So I want to say thank you for joining us now. So we're going to go into a different topic right now. We're done with the youth department now. We will be going into something very, very different. We know right now in Liberia, the news that is in town now concerning issues that have been happening in Liberia. So we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to go into the issue about Stanton Water Spoon and about what happened in one of the counties in Liberia. And don't go away. Share this program, and we will be right back. Thank you for joining Looking Sour. All right. Thank you again for joining us again today. And thanks to Mr. Wanda Samba, and thanks to my sister Bernie Alpha for being up here and telling us issues that the young people will be coming up with. So today we got up this morning with this news about the CEO of the Spoon Network, Mr. Stanton Waterspoon, concerning possible indictment as to, I don't know how to even classify it, but it will classify as a scam. Uh, her nursing school, is in the spotlight because it has been this issue of, a lot of people have raised concern over the time about what was happening with Mr. Stanton Waterspoon business area there. And Mr. Waterspoon, all the time, he has been a businessman, a philanthropist, someone who has been donating to the Liberian people. And Mr. Waterspoon as well also donated. I remember during the senatorial by-election, I think he donated for 24,000 or 14,000, I stand to be corrected, to the government, and also donated a senior amount to the ruling party. And one time they were on his show and somebody said something. He said, "Yeah, I have donated to the government. I have donated to the opposition." And he runs this program on Sunday called God Can Bless Anybody. So Spoon Network have been in existence for I think a year and a half now, and they have taken over the media airwaves in Liberia, and tons and other people have been praising them and hailing their CEO. But surprisingly, the CEO have been caught into a web. And right now I see members of the Waterspoon crew and those who support the Waterspoon or the Spoon Foundation or whatever way you might turn it. They are saying people shouldn't talk about it, people shouldn't say anything about it, and people should just allow it to play. And some of them going around saying, oh, that's just an indictment, you have to be proven guilty before you can even say anything about it. Let me say this to you people: whether he's proven guilty or he's proven innocent, you can stop anybody from talking about it. Mr. Stanton Waterspoon, he's one of those people as well who can stand on his show and call people names. And when you are indicted by the court, whether you're guilty or you're not guilty, he can call you criminal. He have done it to so many people. He did it to Samuel Toy. He did it to former Ambassador Louis Brown. He did it to the head of the water and sewer. So Mr. Waterspoon have been doing this to so many people. So when his own time comes that his issue has to be, both Nelson School have to be closed down for whatever reason that the American government said he been scamming, he been giving fraudulent Nelson credentials out to students, and for that reason his place have been on an investigation. Yes, people have to talk about it. People have to talk about it. So the point is, when people talking about it and other people want to be like, oh, you have to give it some time, you have to wait for the final ruling from the judge and whatever. Listen, Mr. Stanton A. Waterspoon, as it stands now, he is in a very big trouble. You see, I remember one time I received this news from somebody, and the person said it was very classified. And though when people lose their loved one, they don't want to talk about it, it hurts. But somebody said to me that, it is alleged that Daniel Cassette committed suicide. And I told the person, I said, it's possible. He said, yes. The whole story beyond health issues and things, it's brought down to health issue, but it was a possible suicide because of what happened to him. When this issue broke up with Daniel Cassette, we found out people from his party were all around here saying the same thing. Cassette going to come back. Cassette going to, excuse me, Cassette going to bounce back, and trust me, this is going to be easy. Listen, the issue with Mr. Stanton A. Waterspoon right now with this fraudulent nursing certificates and RN documents they have been giving out to people, it's not something small. It's very, 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 very difficult for him to get from this situation. Because what makes it more difficult is that Mr. Stanton A. Waterspoon, they had communication from his phone, email trace, and all of these things to prove that he was fully involved. That's why they say he conspired. He knew about it. And the other person who had the school in Florida that Mr. Stanton Waterspoon went and bought 50%, they both conspire. So the thing about it that people saying, oh, the school was fake, the school wasn't fake. Stanton Waterspoon and the other co-conspirator, their school is legitimate. The issue the U.S. government have here is that they run a legitimate business, but the workings within their business is fraudulent. Nursing school have certain period of time and certain requirement courses that they have to do before they can obtain an RN, LPN, or whatever degree. But Mr. Waterspoon and his co-conspirator, what they were doing, they were selling them. Instead of you going to go through the whole rigorous process to obtain your documents, rather than obtaining those documents through the referral process, they give it to you through shortcuts. Pay for it. Now they have people paying for that to go and work in the field as an RN while they are not knowledgeable as being an RN. So some of the email trails, some of the text messages from Mr. Waterspoon to his other co-conspirator, it show all of that in those email traces. So this is not something small. When something happens with Liberian people, when we have the major issues, talking about one of our sons involved into the kind of thing, then we take it to be, oh, don't talk about it, or because you're not letting man, or you let it man. Listen, they say he that come with equity must have a clean hands. Before you can come and talk about the spark in my eyes, you should look in your eye first. They see Mr. Waterspoon, he everywhere bashing everybody. Everybody is corrupt. Nobody is perfect. The other person is this. The other person is that. Even when Daniel Cassell thing came up, he spoke about it. Even when Bashiru Kante issue came up, Waterspoon spoke about it. So why when Waterspoon come up and talk about it? Is he exempt there? Or because he have dashed free money out? Or Waterspoon never thought that FBI or whoever going to be investigating him? But he said on his show openly that he gave 24,000 to the government. He gave 24,000 to the opposition. Or legitimate business who suffer for their money. Would it be given to a political institution? The people watch those things. They feel you're doing pay for play. And some of you who supporting Mr. Waterspoon and feel that Mr. Waterspoon, yeah, he will come out with flying colors. This is not a flying color thing. If Mr. Waterspoon and his co-conspirators, 24 or 25 of them, if they are guilty, they're likely to go to jail for 20 good years. And if they are guilty, they're not just going to jail, but you will also lose everything you work for. It is clear in the document. Let me carry you back to the portion that Mr. Waterspoon, even here, his family, they are worrying about right now. So go to the end of the document and see here on the forfeiture on number 2. They say upon conviction of a violation of conspiracy to commit a violation of Title 18, United States Code Section 1343, as alleged in the indictment, the defendant shall forfeit to the United States any property, real estate, or personal, which constitute or is derived from proceed traceable to such offense, pursuant to Title 18, United States Code Section 98(1)(a), blah, 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 blah. So, if Mr. Waterspoon got his money from these dubious activities, it means Mr. Waterspoon is in serious trouble. Even you go to jail for 20 years, you stay in trouble. And some of you who sitting there and, oh yeah, Mr. Waterspoon come from anything so easily. Let me tell you, you know what happened with Cassell? I mean, not Cassell, but Bashiru Kante. Bashiru Kante agreed to have a bargaining plea or plea bargaining. So now Bashiru Kante agreed to spay. What I mean spay is to tell the thing you know about what happened. So monies that he have around, he have to go take some of them, his GT bank account. He got to do this. He said you call people needing government who they used to helping to free the cars, who some of them who helping carry on the dubious activity to carry on to take the Liberian people diplomatic passport. He will call their names. So Bashiru Kante already agreed. The only reason he calling for that is to reduce the sentence. So with all the email traces they have from Mr. Waterspoon, text messages from what Mr. that mean what they are snitch. That's it. DD Banks. So text messages from Mr. Waterspoon to the other guy who owned the nursing school in Florida. It's clear that it's in doubt here, Mr. Waterspoon. How can Mr. Waterspoon exonerate himself on that? Requesting payment for nursing student, giving up Booker certificates and nursing degree for money. And Mr. Waterspoon all the time have appeared to be like an angel. Mr. Waterspoon, he's one of the people when he appeared on the show, he behaved like he's an angel, he's a saint. He don't have any fault. But America has a way to dig behind you. Even your emails, your text messages, they will be tapping your line through whatever ways. So the number of students they're talking about here, it's not a small sum. They are talking about 76, I mean, say how they call it, 7,600 students who are all there with book or certificates and RN documents, but never sat for anything to obtain these documents. You only can, oh, I want to have a RN degree, or oh yeah, you want to be RN, yeah, you know what happened? Go pay $15,000 to that person. Boom. You pay $15,000, you get your RN. And you know when the thing started happening? It started happening from 2016. From 2016 to 2021. You know how many data the people generated from the system? Mr. Waterspoon and his co-conspirator, they're talking about $114 million. So if Mr. Waterspoon is involved and he's fully guilty, but he can take 114 from him. It means they're going to shut everything he owns. So this is not a baby play that when people talking about it, people who like Mr. Waterspoon, they trying to say, oh yeah, Mr. Waterspoon is a good man. Yeah, he's a good man. He was donating to Liberian people, but he put his stuff under the radar. Come back here and look at the text messages they have from Mr. Waterspoon and his co-conspirator. So it's clearly show that Mr. Waterspoon, all the things that were going on, he wasn't smart enough. He felt the system was never going after him, but it did. The system here went after him. So Mr. Waterspoon has some wire transfer. So they even indicated dates on October 28, 2019. Mr. Waterspoon sent a text message. On May 22nd, 2020, Mr. Waterspoon sent a text message. And the text messages is all here indicating all the transaction. So if all the transaction here, they are found in Mr. Waterspoon's in his phone, how are you going to address it? How can Mr. Waterspoon convince the people that, oh, trust me, I'm a good man, all the money I have is legit? Huh? So they're discussing. See the other text that came from Mr. Waterspoon. So the people make it so clear, and they give you the breakdown of sequence. So it's not this case. Trust me, if you ain't careful, Mr. Waterspoon might end up being the next Mr. Cassell. No disrespect. This is stressful to the point where you can't even sleep. And what makes it more difficult for Mr. Waterspoon, because he's a popular figure. He's a popular figure. He have been a philanthropy overnight, donating here, donating there, buying there. He becomes celebrity overnight. But he becomes celebrity with money that he got through some other means. In the way he got those money, that's how he was throwing it out. So they have one other one here. So look at here on February 6, 2019. On 2019, Stanton, Waterspoon, and Alfred Silu email via interstate wire from co-conspirator 2 to Stanton, Waterspoon, Alfred Silu, and co-conspirator 1 in the Southern District of Florida discussing student travel schedule for out-of-state students to travel to Florida for 3 days clinical. They Nelson, they are in what my sister Titi Benz and suffer for. That ever people can just travel from different state, come for 3-day clinical, you go low bound. You take a picture, I guess certificate now at RN. Chamachi. Chamachi, he said a guy RN degree, is easy to start on in his school. They tell what other people be burning candle. They LPN say not easy to get. What's some of the tests when you go for some of the tests? They say you compulsion that you should score 100. That other children just flew from other state. They came to the school, sit down there for 3 days for clinical. You go to the person start putting their degree. Man, in America, I'm a registered nurse. That registered nurse, they take it off on y'all. They're taking off on you. Stanton is in the real hot water. Trust me. It's not easy. It's not easy. So look at the other one here again. From Stanton Waterspoon, they said defendant Stanton Waterspoon on October 28, 2019. Text message. So they went in Stanton phone. They took text messages from in his phone. On October 10, 2028. Let me say October 28, 2019. Text message via interstate wire from Stanton Waterspoon to co-conspirator 1 in the Southern District of Florida containing a photograph of an official transcript for nursing applicant. You see that? You see that? PO listing a date of birth, a graduation date of 05/20/2019 and course completion for year 2015-2016. So the man on a school bar, he don't want to just send a transcript through a text message, say, oh, that the transcript here for that other person, the person fitting with that other course. So the person get a person RN from 2015 to 2016. So the thing what make it so hard for Stanton is that the evidence that he thought he could exonerate himself from, they went into his phone. They went into his phone. So they kind of think your lawyer will tell you, say, plead guilty. So they can lessen the sentence. Because if you go waste the judge time and start acting that you're too strong, it never happened, the judge can say for wasting the court time, they must send, because the 20 years might even carry you more than 20 years. So Stanton Waterspoon again here. Stanton Waterspoon on May 22nd, 2020. Text message via interstate wire from co-conspirator 1 in the Southern District of Florida to Stanton Waterspoon discussing termination of their business relationship. So you see it? The guy from the other side, the guy who owned a school in Florida, he told Stanton on May 22nd, 2020, that my man, I want close a business here with you. Say you get a percentage in the business, 50%. Until I really want to be in business with you, let me just buy my own up. I don't know how they handle it again. They come back here. Stanton Waterspoon on May 22nd, 2020 again. Text message via interstate wire from Stanton Waterspoon to co-conspirator 1. So they want to Stanton sending it to the guy now. In the Southern District of Florida, discussing assurance of transcript and Waterspoon ownership of Sarah, how they call it, CNN company. So the man say you want buy up. My man, I tire. I want terminate it here. Stanton tell the man say, oh, you know happy. Send it here, you want to break the contract and I get more or share in a business here. Let me just buy it from you. And you know Stanton like that thing. Stanton won't buy everything. Stanton won't buy the man nursing school. So the whole thing here now. Then it come back again to Stanton Waterspoon on July 26, 2020. Text message via interstate wire from co-conspirator 1 in the Southern District of Florida to Stanton Waterspoon, discussing Stanton Waterspoon sending information for co-conspirator 1 to process 33 nursing applicants. Oh, so that how the poor are doing the thing. So Stanton Waterspoon sent a man test with names of 33 applicants. Now people that can sit and pass whatever test to enroll into the nursing school to have the RN. But the man sent 33 applicant names. He said, my man, process the 33 people here for graduation. Yeah. It mean already now why them are. So you see what happening? So now the people grab them again. Rena Breeder on August 17, 2020. Text message via interstate wire from co-conspirator 1 in the Southern District of Florida to Rena Breeder, discussing following up with students after collecting their money. You hear that one again? You hear that one again? On August 17, 2020, text message via interstate wire from co-conspirator 1 in the Southern District of Florida to Rena Breeder, discussing following up with students after collecting their money. So this is not easy thing. This is not something where we can just sit down. We Liberian people will say, "Oh, it happened to Kaseko. It happened to what the other guy named the few times, and it happened to Dr. Kase." So Stanton is not exempt from people talking about him because the president went to visit them when they went to Moravia? No. Come back here again. The same Stanton Waterspoon on September 2, 2020, September 2nd, 2020. Text message via interstate wire from co-conspirator 1 in the Southern District of Florida to Stanton Waterspoon discussing endorsements, school transcript, and the collection of money from nursing applicants. So you see that again? So all the thing they have to do with the nursing applicant is collection of money, collection of money, collection of money. While other people here, that student loan or that other thing they will go through, but stay down there, they say, you pay the ma, you grab it in 1 week. So all they got to do, they send your name. My man, and I send this person name. Then in fact, there you go. La Peroya. The post said we shouldn't talk about it because standard are good, man. How can somebody send names of 33 applicants in your phone? Say process the people there. You send transcript. You send graduation date. So the nursing school do not have a board that run the affairs of the school. That you the owner will send the name of the applicant. You send a graduation date. Then you send copy of the transcript. How the transcript is supposed to look like? The first thing they put you in trouble. This is a serious issue. It's not no play here. It's not no play. So Rena Breeder sent the other message here on May 11, 2021. 2021, I just recently. Text message via interstate wire between co-conspirator 1 in the Southern District of Florida and Rena Breeder discussing a transcript for nursing applicants. So they think what you're taking to be play. In that play. Because when Stanton is found guilty, so this is what's going to happen to Stanton when he's found guilty. So you can find out on a forfeiture. On number 2. So they say upon conviction of a violation or conspiracy to commit a violation of Title 18 United States Code Section 1343 as alleged in this indictment, the defendant shall forfeit to the United States any property. You hear that? Any property the man having in the United States here, when he's guilty, he will lose it. Real or personal. So when we talk about real property, they're talking about real estates. Anything you got to do to have that in the United States here, you will fulfill them, which constitute or is driven from proceeds traceable to such offense. So the money you stole from the people or the money you used to give your degree then, if that the same money you used to obtain the property, it means the property don't buy enough for you anymore. So we Liberians, we have to look at it here and say, but it here, that torso. It's not right. Because if other people taking 2 years, 3 years to go to nursing school to obtain, and other people just walk there today and walk outside tomorrow, the next day you're the person standing to the same place, you went to school, you pass through the right process to get your RN. Somebody just pass through the connoisseur process and get an RN. Then the person even making more money than you because they get connection now. So it's not right. So the people saying 7,600 people were passing around with fake credentials. And the people here, and the men with a fake thing they've been doing, you know what they men generate that? 114 million from 2016 to 2021. Why do you think Mr. Waterspoon was not brave to go on his platform? Everybody was waiting to see. Everybody was waiting to see if you're going to try that. Because Mr. Waterspoon cannot even be brave to even discuss their case here 1 minute. You see, when it started with Dr. Gasset from the beginning, Dr. Gasset thought it was play. When it started getting to the real part, then Dr. Gasset knew it was serious. It's not easy to become a public figure and go down the drain. It has happened to too many Liberians. Bashiru County, the most recent one we can remember. And somebody said to me today that they have another investigation of possible money laundering. So the American people, when one thing happened, they start looking for so many other things. So Stanton Waterspoon sent a message out today. I don't know if some of you had a chance to see the message from Mr. Stanton Waterspoon. It just a means to tell people, say, hey, listen, I'm standing strong. Don't give up, and we will overcome this one. Yes, you can overcome it if you have a strong lawyer. But the American people, to prove to you that this is beyond your control, they brought messages from you and messages from your co-conspirators. So it means you are in a real deep, the people can say S-ish. You are in a real deep one. It's not something easily that you can just walk away from, though. We understand that, you see, the Bible that he and I can talk about every day, I love the Bible. That's the only book me I like. That the only book I can spend my time be enjoying myself in, while in the Bible I can be enjoying it. They got one rule there they can call the golden rule. Those are you that know the golden rule. What the golden rule say? Do unto me as you will expect me to do unto you. So in Mr. Waterspoon message to the country today, I saw him crying. Oh, they are naysayers, some people that ain't let me, some people let me. Trust me. Mr. Waterspoon also sat out on his show and criticized people and called people criminal with all evidence, with all due process. When Magay and other people they were sanctioned, he called their names. When Bashiru Kante had an issue, I remember they were on the show discussing Bashiru Kante. So now it happened to him. The Stanton Waterspoon that we all know, that we thought he was an injured, and today we can see that he was also helping to destroy the society, giving fake credentials out to people to go and work in nursing homes. You know how many people you were endangering? I pray you come up. But if this is true, and if you are guilty, I ain't going to feel sorry for you. You know how many lives you put on the line because of money? Let's go to Mr. Stanton Waterspoon, how they call it, special message from the CEO. So, yeah, it looks smaller here, but I'm going to read it. I'll take my time to read it anyway, for those of you who follow us here today. So I said a special message from our CEO, my fellow Liberian. With a very heavy heart, I bring you greetings today, despite all we have heard about my challenges. You see it? I'm going to say my challenges. I feel a sense of obligation to address you all today. However, I certainly hope that we can all appreciate that I am restricted from going into additional duties beyond this for now, on the express advice and instruction of my legal team, which I'm very aware of your desire to get even more duties on these changes. I can only appeal to you all to let the investigation and legal process play out. That's the same thing other people were saying when other people were involved in this kind of thing. They wanted you to let them play out. You call them criminals. So now it reached to you two to call you criminal, you vest. Your people behind you vest. And it's sad. It's very sad. The same measure you measure other people when they want to measure you, then you get issue. And you shouldn't have issue when people want to measure you the same way. The same stick you use to measure people, they're going to use that to measure you as well. Okay. So now he come here. He said, like a patient following a doctor order, it is my legal team work in this matter that will bring the best legal resolution. It is my legal team and not even myself personally who is in direct, regular contact with the investigating authorities. And it is their advice that guide me in addressing it. Of course, it have to be your legal team. 114 million is not something small. It's not something small to even joke with. If you're guilty, you go to jail for 20 good years. And everything you took, you're going to pay back. Yeah, Jeremiah, that's true. When I Mr. Committee started, he said, Louis Brian, Martin Kula, they stole the best 70,000. They made barber shop. You see? Yeah. I feel for him. And somebody put what behind him. I feel for them too. But let's tell the truth. When somebody did the same thing another person that in jail did, all of them should be punished the same way. Kaseko, the same way, defrauding the system. Bashiru Kante is the same way. Even when sent on high school and he was not running the school the right way, giving people document illegally, that is same punishment. Or is stealing as stealing. Whether you're wearing white shirt to steal or you coming with black shirt to steal, that the same punishment should be given. My fellow Liberians, to those of you, now they make me cry now. I play the make me cry. I want to send it to you today. My fellow Liberians, to those of you who are of humanity, decency, and share love, whether you vehemently disagree with me or not, have reached out with messages of encouragement, publicly rejected the condemnation, or just remember me and my family in your prayers. I thank God for the better angel. So now the same thing you say here, I remember you in the prayers and it happened to other people. You call their names, you defame their character, you make them they cannot walk in the street of Monrovia with their heads up high. People saw them to be criminals. So what make you think you are exonerated? What make you think people not call you the same name? If you can orchestrate a scam, because even the guy that owned a nursing school and the guy that owned his business in Florida, he wasn't running a nursing program. He was running a whole different program. Set up, bought a share and introduced a nursing school program, and he started his same thing and started giving scam document out. Now, listen, when it's wrong, it's wrong. Let me say this to you. Even Stanton, I can follow your show. I like Ben Sanvi. I like the other guys on the show. Stimulating George, that my big brother Alvin, Frank from Rhode Island. But when it is wrong, it is wrong. They won't buy. I can't even sit down here and be telling you, Stanton, oh, all heal Stanton. I'll pray for you. If you look at innocent people in those nursing home, vulnerable people who cannot help themselves, and you give people book of documents that they never married, they don't know the workings, the rudiments of working in those fields, and you endanger people's lives. Make them to go take care of people as an hour and give it injection as an hour and while they are not even DSP. That was so wrong. That was so wrong. Trust me. And I'll pray for you. I'll pray for you. Because God myself got a personal relationship, he can answer me. I'll pray for you. But I'll pray for you for the right thing to be done. If all of these messages the people took from your phone, if you will stand in front of the judge and tell the judge, say, oh, that message ain't come from my phone, they will disgrace you. Because the people will bring the IP address from your phone and it will show the date, the time, the meaning, and your location. So you can stand in the court and say, oh, that message ain't from me, and your legal whatever you explain to your legal team. The only thing your legal team will be fighting for right now would be to reduce the sentence. That's all they'll be fighting for. But if you're purporting yourself to be a person of change, be the change we want to see. Don't present yourself as an angel, then behind a closed door, you're a demon. But I pray for you. I pray this news should be the wrong one. Because right now, even the Liberian people who used to be hating you, when you get on your show, you see 4,000, 7,000 people watching you. They are seeing you the same way they saw the other people you were defaming before. You look at the former information minister, managing director of the LPRC, former foreign affairs minister, former security advisor to Charles Taylor. Then you said he stole $70,000. You think how he felt? You think he was clapping for you in his bedroom? People who play with good money. You sat out on a platform that had a wider courage. Musa Ability and other people who have their own money. You call their names. Samuel Tueden. With all any indictment. You call them criminals. But they are on the time here. The old people can say the wind that can disgrace the chicken can come from the back. The time you're not even expecting it. You just celebrated your wife's birthday just a day ago. Then the birthday gift they gave you, boom, indictment. The whole Liberia upside down. All the people you call your friends, they are discussing it. All the people you felt they were smiling with you because they like you. They only like you because you're having free money. All the old man that I used to call on the show, oh, we get a problem, only because they knew you're the new cassette, how they call it cassette in town. Because when cassette entered Liberian politics, he was sharing it too. And it felt because you were sharing it, so you know my man, any tree that produce fruit, people will go to it. And how they saw you. It's very serious, sis AC. These things are very serious. Emma, you are right. You are right. People die from your actions. And what do you think the other conspirators that other you were into this, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to rock you. They're going to sell you out. They're going to say they were running different legitimate business and you came with a nursing school issue. And all of these people with the book of degrees that are passing around, some of them have been arrested. In the later document, they said all they're going to do is not a fraud. They will not be charged criminally. And some of them who got arrested, they called the process and they explained the process. How they got it. And you are fully involved, my dear brother. I pray that God help you because you have been a blessing to so many other brothers back home. You had an employer, they're working with the radio station, and they're making some efforts. But this is a serious thing. This is not no play. No Liberian order should take it to be play. Yeah. You see that? Yeah, Jeremiah, you're right. Right after Bashir celebrated his birthday, he was arrested. And that's the same thing with Stanton. Right on the show. You hear Eugene Falcon telling Stanton, oh, the message he bought for your woman with a ruby on it. And trust me. Stanton, you're a good guy from your heart, but the way you're giving the money, it shows that the money never had a trace. And that's what the people go after. When they start seeing you giving loose cash, 24,000 here, 19,000 there, 12,000 there, they want to know how you obtain the cash. And that's what led to you today. And I pray your lawyer be so strong enough, but I can rest assure you, your lawyer will only be fighting to reduce the number of sentence. If 20 years, they're going to share the 20 years with all of you. Your lawyer will be praying. Because if you're all of you 25, you got to pay 114,000. Where are you going to take it from? You're going to be in serious trouble. And it will be an embarrassing thing to your family. It will be embarrassing thing to people that even associated with you. Look at the spoon talk today. This is a serious, sensitive issue that we expected members of the spoon crew to talk about. But they all become hypocrites. They said nothing. They had Jeremiah Kuhn down there talking something that was not even relevant to today's conversation. This year I gave the public update. Yeah, it is true that the news coming out, it is true, but our guys, he's doing very good, and we can rest assured he will come from this with a flying color. Something to give your people hope. But the spoon toss sat on there. All your crew member, everybody face funny. That Francine, her face was looking funny. Timberlake George face looking funny. Kev Hassan face looking funny. That the Peabody face looking funny. And they can say nothing about what happened. But when other people, it was going to be your breaking news today. It was going to be a hot topic today. You're going to see 4.7 people watching. And that is so wrong. That is so wrong. You did it to other people. Expecting to do it to you, my brother. They're using your own stick you use to measure them. That's why they're measuring you by. You call political leaders criminals. So what do you think they would say to you too? If you are caught into the same web, they won't call you criminal? Yes, they will call you criminal. Even if the case is over, you have to get a bond or whatever way, you're still going to be labeled as a criminal. This is not no small matter. This is very, 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 very serious. Some of you who following, I know you don't know what's happening, but it's a breaking news. Sit on water spoon. I want to say, my brother, wish you all the best. You see that? Jeremiah saying it here. So the FBI sent people to his school and he took money from them as well. Yes. That one by Jeremiah, I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. What am I say? He's going down. This is a national news in the United States. Yes, that's true. I can even play the news. I can play the news. This is a serious issue. Serious, serious issue. And nobody should take it to be fun. Nobody should take it to be fun. Stanton Waterspoon and his people, they need to handle this matter with urgency. This is no play. This is no play. And that mistake they made, they play phone, they think here. That Dr. Cassell will be your guest. If you play phone, you and Dr. Cassell will have the same room, right by the same play. And he will tell you, my picking, don't kill yourself for the Liberian people. Take it one step at a time. Even me, I tried to kill myself for the Liberian people. But that's it. So right now, I want to say to all of you watching that never followed this program today, I want to give you of what happened. I can give you a gist of what happened. I can play just a little gist of what we are talking about here so you can know what's happening. They didn't know to play. This is a serious matter. It's a serious, sensitive matter that needs to be addressed. And Mr. Waterspoon and his team, they need to address it. So I'm going to give you a little gist of what we are talking about here so you can see what we are talking about here. So this is what we are talking about here. So the Justice Department, go ahead.
Department sent on a massive scheme to sell fraudulent nursing credentials, saying there were more than 7,000 bogus degrees. Andrew Dimbert is here with the latest. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning, Michael. When you hear of healthcare fraud, you might think of phone scams or phony medical procedures, but this is far more. Federal agents say they busted an operation selling fake nursing diplomas. This morning, authorities warning healthcare facilities across the country after taking down a massive coordinated operation they say sold more than $100 million worth of fake nursing diplomas.
When we talk about a nurse's education and credentials, shortcut is not a word we want to use.
Dubbed Operation Nightingale, federal officials say they've uncovered 3 nursing schools based in South Florida, which they say allegedly sold more than 7,600 fraudulent diplomas for about $15,000 apiece.
We're looking around at $114 million paid for these documents.
In some cases, the students allegedly using fake diplomas to obtain nursing jobs in other states without proper training.
When we entrust the life of an elderly parent to the staff of an assisted living or skilled nurse facility, the last thing we want to learn is that the nurses administering the medications, the ones charged with carrying out doctor's order, took shortcuts on their clinical training.
Authorities charged 25 people in the scheme across multiple states, including Florida, New York, New Jersey, Texas, and Delaware. Agents say they've identified several facilities where people may currently be working as licensed nurses after obtaining their jobs illegally. Investigators are now working with licensing boards in each state to make sure anyone who got a fraudulent diploma no longer provides care.
To date, we have not learned of nor uncovered any evidence of patient harm stemming from these individuals potentially providing services to patients.
So you see what we are talking about here? So this is no play that people would just sit down and say, oh, that is simple. You saw the certificate display, CNN nursing school. That's a nursing school that Stanton Waterspoon bought 50% in. The other, I know what kind of hard Sacred Heart, what kind of hard nursing school. That's Stanton Waterspoon nursing school. So he's in a real hot water right now. Like Jeremiah Chia was saying here, the next thing that might happen to him, he will have Bangor on his phone. And when they put that tracking device on your phone, my brother, you can't go far from your crib. Anywhere you go, everybody know. They nursing school, yo. They are what Titi suffering the hate. They can be when they can't in there. That it was supposed to go until one day and get it the whole degree the next day. That's sad. That's sad. That's sad. So we will be right back and just a short break. And we're gonna be right back. Thank you for being a Logan's Hour. So this is not any other play to joke with. Just if you just go on Google right now and just say fraudulent nursing school in Florida, or just say nursing school, Google will give you the rest of it. You will see what we're talking about. You know what I mean? You that somebody who appeared to be somebody who built your reputation. Now the people accusing the nursing school is not a real nursing school, it's just school that was set up. Nursing school set up just to give people degrees, give you fake nursing degree to go in the field and do business. And most of the people who they gave the fake paper to, they say they were African and Asian. So imagine that. Yeah. Titi, I'm sorry for you. The way you should be pointing your candle, I should be telling you, I say, hey, Titi, yeah, America, they get like, you still want point candle. You say, oh, Philip, I use a laboratory where you're steady and let her use the candle. Yeah, man. But anyway, it is what it is. We pray for him and we pray that he get out of this situation. But other than that, he stand a chance to go to jail for 20 good years. And they're going to confiscate all of his property everywhere that they feel that he used this money, the fraudulent money, to obtain. So I want to say to all of you following us, David Johnson, the Logan Our Princess, Tutu Makade, Mansano Kamo, Titi Banks, Brandy Alpha, Ebony, my dear brother Deborah, Sis Isabella, G Consistent Morris, Jeremiah Chie, I keep going up here. Oh, Ernest Mallison, Mr. Ivan Logan, my dear brother Tony Yenimbo, the King UJ Doswa, the Crown Ambassador, Honorable Zion Glacheyi, and Winter Snow, Ma Clara Samba, and all of you who join us, Jima Famule, Fatih Famule, Cash Flow, Prince Bono, the ambassador, and John Sanson. I want to say we appreciate you all. We are grateful that you guys were able to stay on the show for a little time. And the youth department were here. They have a program coming up. The youth department have a program coming up that is on the 14th of the 14th of let me say the 4th of February 2023. It's going to be 4 o'clock p.m., 4 to 6, and the age range is from 5 to 12. So thanks to everyone for joining us today. It was a fruitful discussion here. And Jeremiah and Didier and Adibayo, Une Morris, I know can close me. I have said that. So just to give you a little gist of it, this is
There you go.
all right. So Jeremiah, you all share my hand to that. There you go. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for joining us today. It was a very good show here, and we want to say we'll be here again on Tuesday. Today we're just set up for the youth department, but we just chose to throw some light on this whole thing about Stanton Waterspoon, and it's sad to see people who we expect to have some impeccable character go down the drain. It is painful, trust me. You know, that's why you see I like this book called The Power of Character in Leadership. You see, the only thing we have is our character. So if someone who have portrayed himself to be someone of good noble character that we can depend on, the country is looking up to you for guardian as well, you control all of the media institution in the country, to see that you are morally bankrupt. Amen. It just showed that we lost one good man. Your character should be as strong as a stake, like a statue. Regardless, I don't care how the wind comes. You can't shake. You can fall for just anything. What do you think? The business we're going to keep running forever? And the FBI are not going to investigate? But I pray you get exonerated. And I pray you have a good legal team to push your way. So I want to say thanks to everybody. Thanks for being on the Logan's Hour today. We see you again next Tuesday. Thank you and bye-bye. Tutu Makate, I love you, baby. Logan Hour Princess. Bye-bye.